It's a surprising realization that you have all this woods around you at first when you're driving 41, and then once you finally get to our road and climb up the drive, it is an immediate like open space, and you start seeing these huge, magnificent block military buildings, and it surprises a lot of people. They're like, oh, been here my whole life, didn't know this place existed. It's kind of crazy to just have this open, hidden section in all of the woods that we have up here. My name is Ian Sorensen. I'm from the Open Skies Project. We're basically a close-knit family and friend group that purchased the old Calumet Air Force Station here in the Keweenaw. I'm originally from the lower peninsula of Michigan. That's where I was born and raised. But I have, a deep love for the Keweenaw. My cousin and I have done some urban exploring around the Keweenaw. We happened to come across this through Google Maps originally, and we just fell in love with the place, and we, doing research on our own, just figuring out what this place was and what the history of it was. Years go by, we're living our lives down south, and then out of the blue, we came across a flyer for the auction that was happening for this site. And that's where we decided, let's spearhead this, grab everybody who was interested at the time, and we put a bid in on that auction. And yeah, we're here today now, surprisingly. So we're right dead center of the Keweenaw County itself. Basically, we're about a 20-minute drive to Calumet, and we're a 20-minute drive to Copper Harbor. Mount Horace Greeley is the tallest peak in the Keweenaw, hence why they chose this site to put this station on here. The old Calumet Air Force Station is a radar base from the Cold War. Its main purpose was basically a watchtower to keep an eye in the skies for bombers from the Soviet Union. Fortunately enough, nothing really came this far south, but it was just part of the entire system that was across the country to keep everyone safe during that time. Basically, it's this old military site in the terms of like barracks, mess hall, rec center, NCO club, a commissary. It was its own little like community, if you will. I even had housing as well for families, and it was a huge part of the Keweenaw at one point in time. When it comes to the actual experience up here, it's about an hour and a half walk, give or take. It's about a mile, I would guess. We're going through pretty much the entire base externally. We go basically point out all the buildings or what they used to be. And we get to go into a couple of them as well at the top of the mountain. And then partly there's a bunker here as well. We get to check out that. And we also get to go on one of the radome towers and get a beautiful view of the Keweenaw. And I get to point out all the landmarks, which is probably my favorite part of the entire tour. You can make out Bohemia Ski Resort with the lanes out on that mountaintop. And then you've got Mount Houghton just behind that. And then you could typically see Isle Royale on the northwest. And you can see it all, yeah, the whole Keweenaw in a nutshell. And then the cool part is smack dab in the middle of all that, you have the radar station. That it's just crazy to think that they picked a spot here of all places to make that happen back in the day. It's in a lot of bad shape in areas, but there's still a possibility, and that's kind of what we're going for. We're trying to balance out historical with recreation. We really want to make it so that people can come up and enjoy the history of the place, because it was a big part of it up here. And then on top of it, take part in activities or events up here in the future. So there's a lot of potential up here. When people come to see this place, I would say kind of brings you back in time a little bit. Like, it's kind of out of place in a way, in the terms of everything else up here is very 1800s mining town feel, and then here you go, a 1960s era military installation. And we keep learning more and more about this site, and I could do a tour for 3 to 4 hours on all of the stuff that we found. And the main driving point here is we have a really big passion for the Keweenaw. For us, it's like being a part of the community back then, as well as us trying to be a part of the community now and sharing, and for posterity's sake, just holding on to this history. Basically a window looking back in time and seeing what used to be here. We want to try and keep what we can revitalized it and then opened up for people to enjoy.